Grade 11. Right, now we have this program here which we've already done sorting parallel arrays. We've already done that, so the code is there for it. And what are we sorting? We're sorting arrow names and arrow marks, and we're sorting it in alphabetical order here. And of course it's two parallel arrays, so you have to do the swap algorithm for both arrays. And then we display the names and the marks in the rich edit. Now, the only problem here is that AR marks has not been allocated any marks. AR names, we've got the names in there. In the array declaration we included the names as well, but in AR marks we have to go and put some random numbers into AR marks. So we're going to do that in the onActivate event of the form. Click on the form, go to onActivate, and we'll use a for loop to go through AR marks one box at a time. We want to go through all the marks in AR marks. How many boxes are there? 15. AR marks. Now AR marks is an array of integers, so therefore we can put random numbers, random range from 0 to 100. So you use 101. Now that's the array filled, no problem. So when I run the program, we click on sort the parallel arrays and it's displaying at the same time. Now we have two other buttons here. We want to calculate the average of all these marks. What is the average percentage? And then in this one we want to show the marks and the learners' names who achieved a mark greater than the percentage chosen there. So let's first do the average of all learners' marks. Click on average and double click the button. Now to get an average, you know, we always need a sum. And we also need a counter. Now the number of marks that are available is 15, so there we have our counter. So all we have to do is a running sum. In order to get the total sum of all the marks, we use a for loop. Do begin and end, and we say, well, we have to set our sum to 0. Remember, I nearly forgot, we've got to initialize our totaling variable and our counters, but we have 15 anyway, so we don't have to worry about the counter in this instance. And we just say, do a sum like this, our sum, the previous our sum plus ARR marks square brackets k. And that's it. And now we calculate the average, and the average is always a real data type, remember, and our average is going to be equal to our sum divided by k, the number of marks that we have, and then we're going to display it in the rich edit, already out. Average mark is plus float to string f, RAVE FF fixed, remember, and we'll round it to no decimal places, and there we have it. So let's run the program. Remember to click all the buttons, and the average mark is 55. Okay, we could have added an empty line over there before we displayed it in the rich edit, so we get already out just to make it look neater. Okay, right, next one is the person's going to choose a percentage from the spin edit, and over here in show marks and learners we are going to find all the marks that are greater than that percentage and then display it in the rich edit, the names of the people and their marks, why not? But in the onChange event of the spin edit, I actually want to write code to display the actual percentage in this label, the caption, in the caption of the button called Show Marks and Learners. So in onChange event, that button is called button 2. So button 2 dot caption, we're going to join it to the previous button 2 dot caption, which is Show Marks and Learners, and join that to a space and the word greater than, the words greater than, and then the int2 string, whatever's in the spin edit, and the spin edit is called sed%, sed% dot value, and then I will join the percentage symbol onto the end of that. Where is it? There it is. And there we have it. So what did we do? In the spin edit onChange event, we added the greater than and the actual spin edit value and a percentage sign to the actual button 2 caption, to the end of the caption that's already there. So you run the program, click all the buttons, and then when we go and say I want to put in 56, oops. What is not a integer data type? Valid integer. Okay. 30% dot value. Right. I might have to do the following. var colon integer, and then num equals sed per equals sed percent dot value, and just put item in here. I maybe should not have used the onChange event. We'll see now. I'll try a different method of approaching it. So if you do that, so that's not going to work. So we need to have the on click event of the spin edit. Maybe even on exit. Let's try and see if the on-click event is a better one to use. So you'll see what the on-change event did. Okay, so if I click on it, then after I've changed it and I click on it, or if I put in 50 and then I click on it, then, well, it's not recording that, Click. Takes the previous one. So it's not 100% correct, is it? We don't really like it. So, yeah, that didn't work so good, did it now? Well, what we could do instead is rather put that into our button click event. And I'm sure some of you will be able to find a better way to do this. So if I put it in the button click event of that button, it will change the caption when we click the button. So we can choose our percentage and click on that, and there it is. So that's actually the better way. So the on click and on change event didn't work very well. Obviously we need to make this large, or we can do the wrap text property of the button, word wrap, not wrap text is for word. This is the word wrap property of the button. We'll take the caption and move it onto a new line. So we set the word wrap of the button to true. So we learned something new today. If I want to find all marks greater than 23, and I click on that, at the same time as clicking on it, we will calculate that result and put it in here. We want to show the learners and the names and the marks of all the people who had greater than a certain percentage chosen by the spin edit. So we have to do that in our button click event. Right, so we did the first thing. We showed the caption, but we've got num as our SED percent value, and we're going to use a for loop to go through each person's mark equals 1 to 15. Do put begin and end, I suppose. If ARR marks square brackets k is greater than num. Num comes from the spin edit. Then we will display the names, box number k, plus a #9 plus int2 string AR marks, box number k, and that's going to be displayed in the rich edit. And there it is. And can you see all of that? Take note how we have to convert ARR marks, box number k, to a string because it is an array of integers. And there we have it. Now the actual display. I think I'm going to we'll clear the rich edit before we go into the display loop. Already out.clear, or you can say already out.lines.add and an empty, no, well that's adding an empty line there. No, already out.clear will clear the rich edit, no problem. So let's see if this works. Right, click on sort, average. Let's choose a percent. We can actually type in a percentage there too if you want. Any all marks greater than 75, there's those two. If you want to get all marks greater than 50, and we click on that. Right. This has been, we sorted the names of the people in reverse alphabetical order. If you want them in alphabetical order, we use a greater than sign there. And you see now it's in alphabetical order, average, and we can go and get our names of people who had greater than 40, and there it is. So the data files will be available on Teams, and you can try this by yourself.